Fellow St. Lucians, each year on March 8th, St. Lucia joins the rest of the world in observing International Women's Day. International Women's Day is often associated with the celebration of women's achievements in various spheres. These observances provide opportunities to highlight progress made in women's empowerment and further encourages them to continue advancing from beneficiaries of national development to partners in development, from being recipients of decisions made on their behalf to meaningful participation in decision-making for all, and from being assigned reproduction as a primary function to choosing production as an equally important function. This year's official theme for the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women is Rights, Justice, Action for all women and girls. This theme jolts us to consider the lived reality of all women and girls and challenges us to take action to ensure that protection, respect, and fulfillment of rights do not pertain only to a select few, but to all. In practical and palpable ways, therefore, this theme calls for more than a mere celebration of women. These observances provide a space for national reflection. The government of St. Lucia considers the rights of all in its Putting People First agenda. The government of St. Lucia further magnifies the Putting People First agenda in the last few independence celebrations under the banner of Duva Assam, Forward Together. It is a declaration of a shared belief that for all to progress, we must do it together, or we will not progress at all. Therefore, it is in this same spirit that St. Lucia aligns with this official theme in observance of International Women's Day: Rights, Justice, Action for all women and girls. The government of St. Lucia has demonstrated its commitment to ensuring that all citizens have opportunities to thrive by removing structural barriers that unintentionally barred women from economic development and freedom from violence. The MSME Loan Grant Facility and the Youth Economy Agency make it easier to access startup capital that has traditionally been far less accessible for women. The security interest in movable property legislation passed in the last 2 years further removed a structural barrier for women to access finance. Land ownership, less likely for women, was certainly no longer the only asset that could be leveraged for credit. More glaringly, the removal of VAT on sanitary napkins and the provision of resources to schools to provide sanitary napkins for girls validated that women and girls as a group could not run away from this expense. This measure relieved the financial burden on women to take care of their basic needs, at least to some extent. The well-known Domestic Violence Act ensured the protection of not some, but all women and men from family and domestic violence. These are some of the few practical and substantial ways in which the government of St. Lucia has acted to ensure that all women and girls enjoy their rights. There continue to be a clarion call for partnership, and we recognize that we have a long way to go. The 2026 World Bank Women, Business and the Law report revealed that only about 4% of women worldwide live in areas that directly impact economic participation, including childcare systems and parental support, protection from violence, and workplace harassment. access to credit and financial services, and workplace protection and labor rights. We are mindful that these statistics does not reflect our reality in St. Lucia. However, we have to bridge this gap. We must be serious about dismantling the structural barriers that remain intact, such as gender stereotypes that undervalue childcare, care of the elderly, and care of persons with disabilities. In so doing, we thrust the responsibility for these imperatives exclusively on women. This is an all-of-society call to action. On its own, the government, civil society, development partners, the private sector, academia, or the media cannot achieve all of these requirements alone. For greater delivery and efficiency, it is incumbent on the aforementioned partners to collaborate and complement each other in this effort. I thank the partners who have been playing their part. We are grateful for the civil society actors, such as Helen's Daughters, Girls of a Feather, Network of Rural Women Producers, Do Nation Foundation, and Raise Your Voice. We are thankful for our development partners, such as UN Women, Food and Agriculture Association, UNFPA, World Food Programme, International Labour Organization, the French Embassy, the Canadian government, the Taiwanese ambassador, and the Caribbean Development Bank. Thanks for all you do. As you engage in our various plans to celebrate International Women's Day, let us remember all women and girls, including those who are affected by war and violence. The right to live free from violence matters. Let our plans not be of events in futility, but events with future utility. Make the day count. Everyone can play their part. God bless you, and do have a wonderful observance of International Women's Day.